Hello, good afternoon. It is very windy. So, anywho, so you know that I was telling y'all that, you know, we had a fire at the house, and yeah. So, Elaine told me that I need to come out here and clean it up because it looked really, really bad. So, so I've actually been out here this morning, like, cleaning it up, but yeah, that won't come off. It's like all burnt. I didn't do like up here. Not yet. I haven't like done all of that. So yeah. Yeah. Not everything has been replaced yet. The guy is gonna end up coming back and putting the rest of it in. He wants to look at this one. This one is supposed to be the 30 amp. And this is the 50. We had it in the 50 because when we had it hooked up to the 30, it sorry, try to get this down. Sorry. So this is a 30 amp. So of course we had it hooked up to the 30 amp. Well, we started noticing that our little lamp that we have on the table, that we kind of, ooh, bye-bye, Mr. Wasp, leave me alone, that we were like laying in bed and we had the little lamp on, and we use that as kind of like a nightlight, so to speak, just so like when we're like, anybody has to get up, they can, kind of, still be able to see. We had noticed that it was like pulsating, like the brightness. It would like get to like its normal brightness, and then it would dim a little bit, and then get back to its normal brightness. And it was like just like going. Elaine says it was like pulsating. So then he went outside to look at it, and he could hear that it was like making like a I guess like some type of like humming noise, or like some type of like nyeh type of noise, and it kept going in and out. With like, so he ended up going and getting I can't think of what it's called at the moment. But anyhow, it is something to where you can plug your 30 amp plug into this 50 amp plug. That way you can plug it into the 50 amp port, but you're still only drawing the 30 amp. And so we did that so we could bypass that noise, because we didn't know what was going on, and we didn't really want to bother her with trying to get a electrician out here, because they might have to unplug it or turn it off for several hours. And being home with the kids, we didn't really want to have to do that. So, because this was back before Caleb even started school, so it would have been like us home by ourselves. And that's just too much. So, anywho, he, and I, honest to God, and I'm sorry about the wind, y'all can tell it's blowing. So, anyhow, when her son-in-law had came by to look at it and look at the damage and everything Saturday, he actually did all of that. Elaine left to go get the parts to fix it. Well, the son-in-law ended up coming and spent the whole entire time fixing it for us. So, which was very nice. And so he had asked me why we had it plugged into the 50. And I was like, I honest to God don't remember. I said, I know there was a reason, but I don't remember. And so he was like, okay, well, I'm going to put it back. And I was like, okay, that's fine. If there's like a, like, like a hardcore legitimate reason as to why, then, you know, he can just put the 50 amp in there and just do it like he did last time. And son-in-law was like, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do that. It really needs to be in the 30, but, you know, depending on what it was. And so anyhow, he had just got done and was about to leave by the time Elaine got back. And so he ended up asking Elaine, and Elaine told him why. And so he was like, should not be doing that. Don't know why it would be doing that. So yeah. So they put the 30, they moved the 30 over to where the 50 was, or the 50 plug was originally, because they didn't know if there was something going on with those wires or not, so they bypassed it. So yeah, Elaine wanted me to clean it up before the son-in-law came back, because he was going to do some more things to it. And so the wind is blowing, but it's also like hot. It's like a hot wind, and it's just not very comfortable. Although right now I'd much rather be out here, because Elena is in she is in a very irritable mood. Like, I can't even really look at her without her giving me a little hateful look, telling me to stop looking at her. I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing she just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but she is being very irritable, and everything is getting on her nerves, and she's whining a lot. So just kind of being out here, even though I'm hot, I'm just like, and there was actually several other things I needed to do today. Making bread is actually one of them. But I'm probably just going to wait until tomorrow to do that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wait for tomorrow to do that. Because I really don't want to, I don't want to fight with it. So, and she is kind of in the mood to where, I don't know. Like, just, I could see, like, me having, like, the mixer and stuff on. She's going to get mad at me and start throwing a fit because it's too loud. And so, like I said, I really just don't want to do anything to aggravate her anymore. And so I'm just going to wait until tomorrow to make bread. I will finish cleaning that up a little bit later on. Like the inside of the lid or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to finish cleaning it as best as I can a little bit later on. And then because of all this, it took us all day Saturday and part of Sunday it took us Saturday till late Saturday evening to get it like all fixed and everything, because after they fixed that problem, Elena had to go up on the roof and put that cooling fan in. Sorry, my alarm went off and it like cut the video off, so I'm gonna have to splice these two together now. Yay, I was trying not to do that, but anyhow, Elaine has to get all the way up there and do all of that. And then we had several things that we needed to do Saturday here at the house. Like, both of the boys needed haircuts. We needed to do laundry. There was just a bunch of other things that we needed to do Saturday that we did not get to do. So I told Elaine and I messaged our pastor's wife, or our first lady, whatever you want to call her. Told her what had happened, and I told her, I said, this is probably not like a very good excuse, but I really need to stay at home tomorrow to get laundry and stuff done, because if I don't, then, it takes a couple of hours to do laundry. Each wash and dry cycle is like 40 minutes long. I said, you know, and we're going to have to fight with Caleb to get his hair cut. You know, and that within itself takes a while for doing both boys' hair. And I said, there's just a lot of things around the house that I have to do now. And we still didn't get it all done. I still have to put up, like, the actual laundry. We got it all washed. I got some stuff put up yesterday. But really the only thing that I did, I got enough put up to where Align could get ready for work this morning. That was about it. And so I just, yeah. So, also, I did a thing. Align is going to be really, really mad at me. This is not going to be like an upset type of thing. He's probably going to get, like, actually, like, mad, like, pissed. I've been wanting to do something, and he pretty much told me no, because he didn't see the point. Jesus, Lord have mercy. But considering that he is a guy and I'm a girl, I see things think differently, and I have my own feelings, and very strong feelings about this particular thing. So I kind of, bad wife, I'll admit it, as a bad wife, I went ahead and went behind his back and kind of did it anyhow. Now, when I talked to him about this, like over the weekend, I was looking at this thing that was a little bit higher up in price. I found something, hopefully is just as good, on Amazon for, it was like $33. So I'm hoping it's what I want. I'm hoping that it will do what I need it to do. If not, then I will have to wait until I can actually go to the actual website and get, like, the real thing. And of course, I don't want to say anything yet. I want to wait until it comes in before I say anything, because if I get it and it's not, and I have to send it back, then I'm not gonna really worry about it. So I'll probably, like, mention it in passing, and that's probably it until I can get the correct thing. Thing is that if this works for me, then we can get it for my mom. This is something that I am testing out, that I'm doing for myself, because one, I need it for future references, as well as my mom needs something like that now. And so Align does not see the point of me doing it, because technically I don't need it right now, but my mom does. And my mom is not in a situation to where she can actually do it right now. She just doesn't have the funds. She doesn't have the energy, or her stress levels is already maxed out 10 times over. And so this is just not something that this is just something that I want to do for her, so I can help her and try to relieve some of the stress off of her. So yeah. And like I said, when it comes in and if it really works, all of this little ramble right here, I promise it will make sense. I promise it will. My mom is very embarrassed about this particular thing in her life, and I totally get it. I totally understand. So I'm trying to relieve one less thing off of her, because like I've said before, and I think I said it in my live one of my lives. I don't know. But there was somebody in her life that has done her dirty. And they have caused her a lot of stress and a lot of heartache. And I want to throat punch them. So yeah, I really do. I'm trying not to lose my Jesus, because this situation makes me really want to lose my Jesus, and I'm trying not to, but that's neither here nor there. So anyhow, Aline will be upset, very, very quite upset. But if I can do this at a cheaper price than what I was originally thinking, that wind is killing me. And so if I can just do it by doing stuff off of Amazon, then that will tide her over until we can do something that's better quality, and which better quality means a little bit, but hopefully we don't have to worry about that too much longer. Hopefully she can get up on her feet and be able to fix the situation and fix the junk that this other person has left her with. What in the world is that? I don't know if y'all can hear that. For me, it's extremely loud. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. But anyhow, I hear Elena in there, and I hear her running around. So I'm gonna get back inside and make sure that she's okay. She's okay, because I can hear her. I just hear her running back and forth. So anyhow, whenever that comes in, I will let you guys know. We will talk about that at a later date. And also, if this goes good, this could potentially lead to, it would take a while, but this is something that could potentially turn into something else. Because even though I'm getting it cheaper off of like Amazon and like these cheapy type of websites like Shein or Temu or whatever, then if I go to this more expensive company that I found, then I could become an affiliate with them. And so that was the lunch alarm again. But anyhow, as I was saying, like, this could turn into something to where I could become an affiliate. And so it really, I mean, could make a little bit of money off of it. But my thing would be is I could help people like my mom that really don't know, that are in the position that my mom is in, but really doesn't know how to go about getting what she's needing, what she wants, all of that stuff. Because like I said, we're new to this particular thing, and we know what we want, but we don't know how to ask for it. And like all of like the little local shops, I found is not going to be an entirely a big help to us. For the and I don't want to say this and this come off rude or anything, but it's the fact of the cultural differences. Our local little stores, it's not something that we can do because we are white, and our local stores are mainly for black ladies or African American ladies. And I've called several of them, talked to several of them, and so that's kind of the problem that I'm running into, which is why me and my mom are going to have to end up doing this online. So anyhow, Aline is blowing up my phone. Elena is in there. She is playing, but I also hear her running, so I need to go nip that in the bud. Also, it is lunchtime, and so she's going to be wanting to eat here in a little bit. And then after that, and I get her settled back down, I'm going to finish putting the rest of our clothes up and straightening up the house because it's a total disaster because of over the weekend. And then I need to come back out here and finish cleaning that out. Yay. So, yeah. So, anywho, with that being said, we were off and we will see you guys next time. And again, I'm sorry about the wind. It is horrible out here. And whatever that noise is. I have no clue, but it is loud as heck. So, anywho, we will see and talk to you guys next time.